You can't tell me it's too expensive. You can only tell me that it's a stupid idea.
No, I'm allowed to be here until the police come.
Ethics just hold me back. You know, like friends who stop me from driving after I drank too much.
Two dumb babies.
I love good NASA slander, man. That's fucking my favorite. With Willie Simon and Eric Friedman.
I would like all of you to know we're not in this together.
Video's going, hell yeah. People in their cars' favorite parts. The video. People on their way to work. My buddy listens to or watches podcasts while driving. And I was like, you're a fucking asshole. You can just listen to it. Why are you doing this?
Does he have like a mount at least, or is he like holding his phone, or
It's
like
like
have it on the dash?
It's on the dashboard, which is kind of like, he's like, it's a built-in mount.
It's not a built-in mount.
Is that what that is?
Steering wheel like hits and stuff.
Yeah.
Makes it so you can't read your dash.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how fast am I going? I don't know, but Tom Segura is really loud. What, dude? Just listen.
It really doesn't matter how fast I'm going. I haven't paid attention to where I'm going either.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get somewhere.
I'm
fast or
lost
slow.
and speeding. Yeah. You can't do that.
No,
You
not a
shouldn't
good
do
idea. Yeah. So like Tesla's got the giant screen, and like I think you can play like video games and stuff on it too, can't you?
I don't know why we're trying to distract people visually while they're driving now.
Yeah.
It's not a...
That there was that change at some point, maybe the early 2000s or something, where they got rid of like knobs and like buttons you could feel and made it all the like touch screen stuff became popular. And like touchscreen doesn't help me when I'm supposed to be looking at the road.
Yeah, exactly. They were just making sure no blind people are driving. You shouldn't be able to braille the inside of my car and then get behind the wheel. No way, dude. Let's make it hard for blind people.
Yeah, if you see someone driving and they're not listening to any music, they might be blind.
Yeah. If I see someone feeling around their car, I'm like, what? I don't like that, man. I don't like that you're feeling around this speeding vehicle.
I don't know. Better than that person who like sticks their head into like the center of the car and is looking around at stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
The headless driver.
Yeah, right. Well, those probably are people who can't see very well and have to lean in. Like my car is touchscreen, and you know what I'm never doing is leaning in and looking at the touchscreen and not the road.
Yeah.
I don't like glance. I will do that when I'm like picking music for a while, and I'm like, I'm totally about to hit something. Oh, God.
Yeah, cops will pull you over if they see your phone like up, like above the dash and stuff, and see you because they can see you looking at it. But that's the safest place to have the phone if you're gonna look at it, is like towards the road.
If anything, they should give you a ticket that says thank you for at least trying to look at the road.
We know you're all doing this. At least you're attempting to be safe.
At least you're kind of. It's in your peripherals still, at least.
Yeah.
No, the road was in my peripherals. Is that good?
They started to, I think they still have it on phones, but you can do the AR stuff so that texting or any of that exists on the screen, but then the background is what's in front of you, what your camera sees.
Wait, what?
So like it's almost like a see-through phone, but with text on it.
On the windshield?
No, not on the windshield, but on your phone. So you put your phone up, and it's like you're seeing through your phone because you're seeing what the camera sees.
Oh.
But then the texting or anything else you're doing is like on top of it, but instead of solid backgrounds, it's just the road or whatever.
Dude, that's
in
like
front of you.
We're a year away from James Bond cars.
Yeah, that'll be great. When when
the texts are just on the windshield. That'll be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be super safe. So all sorts of shit going on there, obstructing your view.
Yeah. It's really going to help car safety. At least going to help text efficiency. Car safety, who cares?
It'll be great. You get like bad news over it, or like your girlfriend just breaks up with you over text. And stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Come on!
Just steer right into the next car.
Yeah, people are just going to get emotionally devastating news at the worst possible time they could get it. At their most dangerous. You're going to jail next week. We lost the case. Well, Florida, dude.
I'm out of here. I'm headed to Mexico. This is great timing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already in the car.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll do? I think we will do those sort of screens on the.
I guarantee
on the
it.
car.
Yeah, we'll have screens. There won't be like it'll be like a camera showing you what's on the other side of the car
Yeah.
instead of like a windshield.
We
We invented glass 1,000,000 years ago, and we're like, let's get
Yeah.
this is old technology. Let's get let's get a camera and a solid screen.
I know. We don't even do like the best glass as windshields and stuff. It's like
Yeah, right. I know
easily
bugs are
breakable.
chipping my fucking windshield all the time. I'm like, man, did I hit a carpenter bee? Why is my windshield cracked? This thing is massive.
Yeah, maybe we'll get like we're gonna get self-driving cars. So once we have that, then it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
We can go
What about
down.
a self-texting and driving car?
You want the car to do your texts for you?
I want a self-distracted driving car.
Yeah. I want it to also only be paying half
Yeah.
attention.
I want it to cut people off and then swerve into the other lane again
Yeah.
when it realizes it's about to cut people off.
People are going to be doing so much stuff in their car that they're going to like use up some of the processing power and make it so the car can't really
Yeah, exactly.
detect stuff quick enough.
You're
Still
gonna be
gonna
playing
have
video
accidents.
games in the driver's seat. Like, who the hell is driving this stupid, distracting driving car?
I think we'll at least get like self-driving cars. Like we were just talking about auto-tune. We'll get it in like the same way we have auto-tune, where it's like it corrects it a little bit.
Yeah, it's only really useful if you can also sing. Or
Yeah.
if you can also drive.
Yeah, as long as you're kind of driving, it like will help correct and prevent accidents and
Yeah.
stuff a little bit.
But if you're like driving with your feet, they're like, listen, man, this technology is only so good.
yeah,
You still have to be able to drive. I keep saying sing.
well, it is that.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. People don't know that you have to like sing for auto-tune to sound good. Otherwise, it sounds like shit still.
Yeah, exactly. And people not knowing that broke T-Pain's heart.
Poor T-Pain.
Poor T-Pain. I'm T-Pain. That's the best lyric. That's the most personal lyric I've ever heard in rap. I'm
most
T-Pain.
about-
You're
yeah.
like, yeah, he is T-Pain. This guy's right. This guy's really speaking some truth.
I feel like there's a lot of artists that say their name over and over again and say who they are. Like, I don't think.
Well, T-Pain really let DJ Khaled fucking step into the limelight. You know what I mean? DJ Khaled heard I'm T-Pain. He's like, you can just say your name on the songs? That's a great idea.
And then people are like, well, you can't just say your name.
You're like, yeah, that's the only lyric
I
I
don't
ever
know.
heard.
That's all I heard. I'm going to just say my name.
T-Pain was great because he didn't talk about like smoking or like anything. It was just getting drunk at bars. Like, every single one of his songs was about getting hammered.
Yeah,
Fucking kicks ass.
the Bukowski of the rap world.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about banging bartenders and buying Shouty's drinks. Like, where's the weed stuff? He's like, no way, man. That's coming in 10 years.
Yeah, it'll come after everyone knows I can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he could sing. I just found out when you showed me the video a moment ago.
Yeah, dude, he's got an amazing voice. And it's even better with that auto-tune. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's even better when it's all fixed.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who can sing really well, then they're like, well, we're just going to make it fucking a little better. All right.
It's probably why he was able to popularize it and make it sound so auto-tuned. He like nailed auto-tune.
Yeah. Well, then everyone else got on auto-tune and was like, how come I sound like shit? It's like, because you just sound like shit, like in regular life.
You have to hold some sort of key that the auto-tune can
Yeah.
recognize.
You have to still have like a tempo and knowledge of keys. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, turns out your lyrics were also stupid.
Yeah.
You had no melody.
He's like, I'm never mind.
It's like people being like, it's so much easier to make art, on the computer. It's like, yeah, but you still have to have some artistic talent.
Yeah, exactly.
To make it good.
You gotta know how colors and shapes kind of interact with each other a little bit. You can't just throw shit together.
Yeah, you still have to draw stuff unless you're just doing collages, which you can also do with like magazine clippings. People did it all the time and it was popular.
Yeah, exactly. I knew a guy who was really good at stick figures. And I was like, that's a good art style to get good at, you know? Because that's one you can master in 6 months. You're fucking... You're a fucking the Michelangelo of stick figures.
Yeah, and they move on to like cool hats and glasses and stuff. Or
Yeah.
they stay just stick figures.
Yeah, they all designed skateboards and quit art 2 years later.
That's a fun art world to be in. Skateboards.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if
It'd be awesome.
wonder if there's the artists that are just making their whole living doing skateboards.
I'm sure there are. You just get a job with World Industries, like draw this little devil guy a million times.
I don't think we have World Industries anymore.
Is that gone?
I think it's been gone a while. I could be wrong. That was like the little kid one of like they had the flame in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
thing,
those guys were stick figures, and those were someone professionally drew
cool.
stick figures for World Industries.
They were like the fire emoji and the water emoji.
Yeah,
with stick arms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a good one. I can't think of any more skateboarding companies. Circa? Is Circa still around? I don't know if probably defunct
around.
skateboarding
A-Team,
companies.
There's Girl. There's Foundation.
Yeah, I don't know any of those. I only know
Zero.
Etnies.
Zero's
Is Etnies still
around
out?
for sure. I don't know if Etnies make skateboards at all, but they're still around. Yeah, I don't know who some of the newer companies are though.
Yeah. Element? Is Element still
Element,
there?
I think, is still around. I think some of the big ones like that. Birdhouse, Tony Hawk's.
Yeah, Birdhouse still there.
Flip was cool. I don't know if they're still around, but I used to ride flip boards, and I used to ride Rodney Mullen, which was his boards, which were A-Team, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I had a World Industries one. And I had a ton of tech decks.
Yeah.
That was the shit. Dude. Tech decks.
Tech decks.
I remember, I just went back home with my buddy Chino. Chino's also 33, and he's getting good at tech decks right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you got to get back to L.A., dude. You can't be practicing tech decks at 33, dude. You got to do something.
Tech deck seems like the thing you get good at when you're like you either got good at it young or you get good at it when you're older.
Yeah.
But the in between is like, no, you're so lame for playing with those. But they've
With-
come back like Crocs.
Playing tech decks is like going to be millennial, like, train collecting. You know what I mean? Like, old people all do, like, old people do a big train fucking in their basement. That's going to be what millennials do with tech decks when they're like 80.
Fingerboard parks.
Be like, just grinding. What's Grandpa doing? He's playing with his dumb old toys.
I mean,
So
yeah,
580 board slot, 540 board slot.
we never got to be real pro skateboarders, and the old people never got to be real train conductors.
Yeah,
Is that what they
exactly.
wanted to be? Was train
I think
conductors?
so. I don't know.
Is that people's dream?
Yeah,
ever?
maybe. It's probably peaceful. I don't know.
God, I just wish I could conduct the train.
Now I can finally live my dream of driving in a straight line for miles.
Being able to text and drive without any possible consequences.
The fact that there's even train accidents is mind-blowing. There's stop and go, and you're still fucking, like, hitting shit.
Yeah, you're on a track. Like, you're really not paying attention.
Yeah, like, how are you screwing up that? There's only one. There's forwards and backwards.
Yeah, what's the benefit of being a train conductor? Like, I get to see the world, sort of. I get to see, like, the worst parts.
Yeah,
You get to
exactly.
see a little bit of the countryside and whatnot.
It's probably like failed pilots.
I was always really bad at takeoff and landing.
Yeah, I can never figure that part out. But trains are easy. It's just go. Just like when I got up in the air. I don't get to go to Bermuda all the time, but I do see a lot of Lakeview, Washington.
I've seen so many fields and dirt.
Well, and like trains now, they're like a luxury experience now. That's kind of what they're turning them into. Like the fucking some of like the luxury carts are like $200 to ride a train.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, you don't know what this is. This is a bus.
Yeah, this is for
You
hobos.
have a bus. That's fucking. Don't tell me this is the nice part of the bus. It's just a bus.
Yeah. You have a bus that can't make its own decisions.
Yeah, exactly. You have a bus who can't turn right until someone 100 years ago builds you something.
Yeah. It's just train hopping and all that sort of stuff. That'd have been cool. You ever do any of that?
No, I wasn't
you grew
born
up
in
in Hawaii.
1930.
Yeah. Hawaii doesn't have any trains. That would be stupid.
There was the sugarcane train, and it just took sugarcane around the island.
That sounds sexy.
Yeah, sugarcane train. I know, right? That sounds like it should be on like a Soul Train.
Yeah. That sounds like it might be put out by Vivid.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Isley Brothers wrote Sugarcane Train.
It's like where you do a bunch of cocaine and have sex with each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the Train Mile High Club. And down the Sugarcane Train. But yeah, it was
that
like
stopped.
Yeah, it stopped in when cars got to Hawaii.
Roads were built. When you stopped traveling by horse.
Yeah, or boar or whatever the fuck. Yeah, dude,
was horse ever a travel out in Hawaii?
Yeah, there's like all
There are a lot of horses.
There's like Hawaiian cowboys are called paniolos.
Wow, that's cool.
Pretty cool name, yeah.
That sounds Spanish.
Yeah, well, it's Hawaiian, so.
So it can do whatever it wants.
Yeah. Yeah, every cowboy sounds a little Spanish. Something about just the ranchero paniolo connection.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's the same.
I know. And white people want to take that too.
I know, right?
No, we're cowboys. Like,
we're cowboys. Like,
you
guys don't even have a fun name for it.
Yeah. You just wanted to be. I don't even know what. There's like still cowboys today. There's still people who like ride horses and train with
still
ropes.
Like paniolos and shit. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Honestly, in Hawaii, having a horse, that's like the place that makes the most sense to move around a horse because it's small a little bit, but even then, I don't think it wouldn't be very convenient. It would take super long.
Yeah. I don't know. They can go up all the hills and go around. You could probably just like go exploring in a fun way, right?
Yeah, you can probably like go in a field and shit.
Probably.
But like,
I don't know. Anyone's using
going
it in
up the
cities.
mountain, dude, and you're like, that's 1 horsepower. That's not a lot of horsepower.
No.
You're not going to get up that mountain very fast.
I don't feel like people who are riding horses are trying to go fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on a horse for the speed of it.
Yeah. Oh my God, my wife's giving birth. Mount that horse up. I'll see you in a day.
Yeah. You could take like an Uber and get there like in a few minutes if you wanted.
No way, dude. I'm a paniolo.
Horse. I want a car that I have to feed and have to take,
yeah, exactly.
take pee breaks.
Does it take vegetable oil? No, it just takes vegetables.
Yeah.
It's an animal.
Yeah, horses run on corn.
Yeah. Like ethanol? No, just corn.
Just corn.
Straight up corn.
You have to cook it. They like cooked corn.
Yeah.
You ever gone horseback riding?
No. Never.
Never either. I think I did when I was a little kid. I got put on a horse.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts, though. It was probably a pony, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was
right.
small.
Probably a donkey.
They lied to me.
You get this little tiny horse. Here you go.
There's have you ever seen the thing? I think it's on donkeys where they put like little kids on the donkeys and just like put helmets on them and just like attach them to the donkeys and they race.
And they just slap their ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go! No, I haven't seen that. That sounds like some irresponsible parenting, though.
Super irresponsible.
You think getting your kid into Hollywood is bad. These parents strap their children to donkeys and then brand the donkey so it runs.
Yeah, let's be honest. Most people don't want to be parents.
Yeah, for real. But what are the best jockeys if not little children?
Yeah.
You know? Jockeys are basically children-sized anyway.
Yeah, children-sized adults.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
There's little tiny guys, you know? That's the kind of... I think that's a good idea. We should put children on greyhounds. Really see how that goes. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, being a jockey's another weird thing too. You're like, well, it's like I guess it's like when you're really tall and people are like, oh, you play basketball? It's like you're really short and small. Like, what, you ride horses or something?
Yeah, ride a lot of horses, dude.
I just meant because you're so goddamn small as an adult.
You see a really small guy and he's like, do you ride horses? He's like, nah. People are like, what a waste. Waste of a good height there. You're 4'5", dog. You could be a great jockey.
You could be an athlete.
Yeah. He's like 4'5" and not athletic enough. You're like, yeah, everyone 4'5" is not athletic enough. You're fine. Get on a horse.
Yeah. Most of us have some sort of medical issue that makes it hard to play sports, probably.
Yeah. Horseback riding is just leaning forward, not falling off.
Yeah.
It's the easiest job. It's the easiest racing job, I think. Even like driving a car, you got to be worried because you're going 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What do horses go? 50? That's really fast if you're tiny, you know, just the way force works against your tiny little body, but still.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know, you have to deal with the impact of your nuts on the back of the horse.
Yeah.
I think that's the
that's probably the hardest part.
I'm surprised it's not a woman's sport.
I know.
they're women ride horses more than men, it seems like. I've never had guys be like, you want to go horseback riding?
I know, for real. Yeah, I know horse girls. I don't know any horse guys.
That sounds awful.
You know any horse dudes? I've never met a horse dude.
Yeah, not a...
Yeah, I'm a big It's just you go to a dude's house and there's just pictures of horses everywhere. Like, are you 70 or? This is fucking weird.
Yeah, or trying to sleep with a horse girl.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some other issue here.
Yeah. I know, some about horses, they're like Barbies, kind of, in my head. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, it's definitely like girls, when they were kids, really wanted horses.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, guys didn't play with Barbies or horses unless,
So,
I don't know.
So when girls were playing with Barbies, they really wanted life-size people to play with? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying...
Maybe, or I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm saying everyone...
You're saying horses are girly.
I'm saying horses are girly.
So are Barbies.
And a lot of dudes who play with horses as kids are probably gay. That's not like a bad thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
the horses have the long tail to like brush.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's a lot of brushing. There's a lot of making it smell nice. It's like girl stuff. I don't know. A lot of open fields and peacefulness. You know what I mean? It just
it's I don't know why horses are so girly, but they do seem girly.
They totally are. I don't know.
But they were like what Knights rode and
right?
cowboys. All the like main figures from history that rode horses are like badasses.
Yeah, exactly. But horses today are
I'm also
like,
not
that's
saying
for
women
girls.
can't be badasses. I'm just saying things that are girly, typically not badass.
Yeah. Say what you want about the Bratz dolls. Not very badass.
There's a difference between girls and girly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for real. That's why the term tomboy came along.
Yeah. When you do cool things.
Real uncle, you're a real Uncle Tomboy. Yeah, horses are always wearing shoes. It's girly. I don't know.
Yeah. You slap them in the ass and they go faster.
Yeah. Although
so girly.
yeah, they like whips sometimes.
They're always like, "Hey." or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. It's
Girls like horses because they got huge dicks.
yeah. And then you got the term horse cock.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that. Yeah. Girls love horses also
because the huge cocks. You're like, where are you, hearse girl? Riding. Never mind.
being ridden. I mean riding.
Yeah, riding. Doesn't matter. But yeah, you'd think, I don't know, I feel like the only males being jockeys is probably some super old sexist horse racing thing.
Yeah, probably.
But I feel like that'd be the easiest. Like, we keep trying to get women in football. Get women in horseback riding. That sounds like a much better idea. That sounds like a much easier transition into a multi-gendered sport than, than football. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, women do the jockeying for all the like the cool horse tricks and like going through
like
that,
equestrian or whatever the fuck.
which is way harder.
I know.
Like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's way cooler and harder.
Yeah,
rather
that sounds
than
like you're actually
making
steering the
go
horse.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jockeys are just holding on.
Horse.
Yeah, they're just holding on for dear life. That's all that is. That's fucking.
Yeah, they're holding on so that they don't die.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Equestrian people are like those girls are like sitting up straight and shit and being like clicking their mouth and they do majestic jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
They've trained the horse.
jockeys are like, I'm on so much blow, I'm fucking hammered. Just keep holding on.
We're gonna go have a cool jockey orgy in the barn after this.
Yeah, exactly. That's gotta be lame. You win a horse race and the horse gets the trophy.
Yeah, it's the horse. That
The horse
knows
gets
the
everything.
jockey.
Jockey don't give a shit about that guy, dude.
When you go bet on the horse races, you bet on the horse.
Yeah, right.
No one's like, who's the jockey riding this horse?
It's like you win the Super Bowl and your helmet gets the trophy. Like, what the hell, man?
Did more of the work than you.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, dude, I'd be pissed. This winner's circle. Fucking, all right, I'm gonna go let this horse have all the sex and drugs he wants. This sucks.
I don't even think the jockeys usually like own the horses. It's like someone else's horse.
Yeah,
like a big wealthy dude who's like a NASCAR owner who owns the car and hires a driver.
Yeah, I feel like the people who own the horse also own the jockeys.
Yeah, probably. Some sort of indentured servant type thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're like little circus guys. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 10 of them for $100. It was great. It was a deal in Romania.
And
They all used to juggle. Now they ride my expensive horses.
one puts on a little weight, you just throw them out and use one of the other ones.
Yeah. You send them back to that Romanian circus.
Just throw them out? Yeah. I mean, free them. I don't know.
Yeah. If you want to get rid of them, you just dress them like a kid and drop them off at a kindergarten.
We know what happens to horses when they can't race anymore. What happens to the jockeys, though?
Now, old Timmy broke his leg. One last ride, huh, Timmy? One last ride.
I hope the old jockeys, they have to go work the glue factory.
Yeah,
Like, at least I get to see all my old friends. All put out to pasture.
yeah, exactly.
There's a field in Montana. You can go see old jockeys.
You think they breed jockeys like they do horses? Get a couple of like really short people and be like, "Hey, what do you guys want to live at this barn for a little while? We'll pay for everything, but we get your firstborn son."
Horse racing exists the same way roulette exists, or same reason. It's just for betting.
Yeah, it's just gambling. Yeah, if gambling was illegal, people would be like, "Horse racing sucks, dude. Why do we care about this?"
I mean, gambling made all sports more popular, but they would exist without it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still fun.
Yeah,
This is like-
people watch sports and were like, "Oh, I could probably gamble with this." People learned how to gamble and like, we should get a bunch of horses out here. Like it was a different order.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be don't be fun if I just gambled on this total chance fucking animal race.
Yeah, it was the I bet my horse is faster than your horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, I bet my horse is faster with me riding the horse. Like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna lose the horses if we make them race each other.
I know.
We need
It'd be probably
riders.
even better if we could just get rid of riders
Probably.
and just be like, "Hey, man, go run, horse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Go for it." I don't know. Maybe horses aren't as smart as I'm giving them credit for, but
I don't know. I think
it's
they're
running in a
smarter than you give
circle.
them
It's
credit
running in a
for.
circle. How hard
Yeah.
could it be? I don't know. It's more of like, do horses instinctually have the desire to be a champion?
That's
what I mean?
it. They just
That's
don't
really
have
what we
the
gotta-
drive.
Yeah, they don't have the drive to fucking win. You know, that's what the jockey's for. Like, you think if Tom Brady was a horse, he would have retired 20 years ago. You know, and he's like, "No way, man, I'm done.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of drive. I'm a horse."
I know I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Yeah, and also I don't care. I want to eat grass. I'm a horse.
Yeah, horses probably aren't like, man, I really wish I could do something with my life.
Yeah, they're not like, this horse he's got a lot of heart. Like, all horses have the same amount of heart.
Yeah, I mean, even with like dog racing, because we figured out how to do that without people riding the dogs at least.
Yeah,
But that
exactly.
they have to have that bunny just shoot around and have
Yeah.
them chase it.
Yeah, at least dogs have the desire to eat something that moves. I don't think
Yeah.
horses
That's
have
true.
that instinct.
They don't even
you
have
know?
that instinct
Yeah.
to go chase a moving thing.
Maybe we got to get something behind them. Because they have the instinct to run away.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe just get one jockey waving his arms around.
Being scary.
Yeah. They're like,
Just give them one of
Let
those
him go.
whips that's like got 9 tails on it, so it can whip all of them at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just make a loud noise. That should be enough.
Where are we at with horse racing? Is that do we hate that is that animal cruelty, or
I don't know.
is that just good old fun?
Only when they lose. Like, hey, you lost. Well, yeah.
That seems like one of the easier sports to rig also. Like, hey, us 8 other horses or 10 other, jockeys are gonna like hold our horse back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you go win. No one will know the difference that our horse wasn't
Yeah.
running as fast as it could.
And all the jockeys they all pool their money to bet on one horse and they buy a big house together.
Yeah.
I would totally watch that. A jockey hype house.
Water slides and stuff. 'cause
Yeah, it's all fun.
probably still on little kid things.
Yeah.
There's like a playground.
We can all juggle again.
Our true passion.
We're back.
Why is juggling a short person?
I don't know what it is. It totally is.
I don't know why. I don't think of clowns as like smaller people. I'm like, juggling, that makes sense. You keep saying it.
Because tall people are too clumsy to juggle, you know?
Yeah.
There's too much arm.
You need short people who
Jockeys
can
keep it
be
tight.
on stilts or like a unicycle or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Make them look tall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just about the juggling. It's what you do while you juggle.
Yeah.
And it's also totally okay because jockeys aren't midgets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're
They're
just talking about
short.
short people.
Yeah.
This is totally fine.
I had a friend whose dad was a jockey.
Yeah?
He was so small.
I bet. Bet he was a vicious drunk, too.
I never like really met him, like got to talk to him or anything like that, but I saw him and I saw like his jockey helmets and stuff. A weird thing to have. Yeah, my dad's a jockey. He's a what? That's a real thing that people
Like a disc jockey?
Yeah.
No, a regular jockey.
No, much sadder.
Yeah. Sadder than being a DJ? Way sadder.
Yeah. At least a DJ gets to ride on the coattails of like musicians.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
riding on a horse.
Yeah.
The coattails of a horse.
Yeah, people come to party with DJs. If you're partying with jockeys, you're like, where did this night turn?
How many poppers did I
How
do?
the hell did I get to this jockey party? I must have blacked out for a second. This is crazy.
Are we being hunted by someone right now?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah. I've never been to a horse race. I would totally go.
Yeah,
I
don't
would
think
totally
have
go do
either.
that.
I've been to horse race tracks for like shows. They're at lots of like.
Yeah, they're
There's
big.
lots of big outdoor venues that also have horse tracks or are on horse tracks.
Yeah.
And I've gambled on horses.
Okay. Yeah, I've gambled on horses in Vegas, but I've never been like there
just in
doing it.
Vegas. I think there's a couple tracks not far from here.
There's definitely some tracks around here. I know you get those cool derby hats. You know what I mean? And you have a mint julep, and you watch the little guys ride the horses. It's really fun.
I don't.
Probably.
Is a mint julep? Is that like a drink or is it a cake?
I think it's a drink. It's definitely a drink.
It's probably a drink.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a southern drink.
a mint julep, sir.
Yeah. I like one mint julep, sir.
You
So you gotta say it. You gotta
hay
say
in the
it.
side of your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta say it with a Louisiana accent. every time.
Yeah.
One mint julep. For
We should
me
go
and my acquaintances.
Get dressed in old timey clothes with like the two buttons in the
Yeah, you
middle.
gotta get the
and
vest
The
and
vest,
the-
yeah.
The top hat.
Have our hands on our stomachs the whole
Yes.
time.
Yes.
And then just get violently drunk and yell at horses.
Yeah, exactly. We get a little timepiece. It's not a watch, it's a timepiece.
Oh,
I do declare.
it's getting late here, I think.
It's getting late. It's nearly 4 o'clock.
Missus is going to wonder where I've been all day.
It's time for my evening julep.
This one it's a basil julep. We got to change things up.
Yeah. Got an oregano julep. All kinds of different flavors of julep. We have a variety of tastes and spices in our juleps.
We grow julep in my house. Grow our own julep.
I don't think this guy knows what a julep is.
Oh, it's three midgets stacked on top of each other. It's just a bunch of the jockeys.
It's all the jockeys.
Get them. They scatter. They run off.
Yeah.
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 Horses.
Fuck. Horses.
It's
It's always dismounting off these long jokes. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, well, now what do we
yeah. Like dismounting off a horse. How do you do it?
Yeah, and I do. The jockeys must have to fall a long ways.
No, someone brings a ladder.
Yeah,
over
there's
for
like
them, I
they
think.
got a fun little like two of them come out in like fireman outfits. They have a trampoline. Jump!
Their pit crew.
You can make it.
It's too far.
It takes a long time.
Scared. That's Do we still use those things? Do firemen still use? Is that their best?
I think it's trampoline still. Yeah.
Like, all right, jump out of the burning building. Like, we haven't figured anything else out.
It's like that Simpsons joke when Homer jumps out and lands on the bed and falls back in the house.
Right back in. I just feel like at some point we could have had like a pulley system that like comes up to me and I can get in it.
Yeah.
And then can I get like a rope?
Yeah. If I was on a fire and they're like, jump out of the building, I'd be like, can you guys put out the fire?
Yeah.
I think that'd be the best way for me to get down from the building if we could put out the fire.
They're like,
There are stairs if you put out the fire.
a few people are trying. We are the trampoline guys. That's all we're trained in. Is holding this thing tightly.
Hey, see, I think if you guys were also helping fight the fire, we might put the fire out and I can just come down. Hey, can we get something less bouncy?
I don't want to take the ultimate trust fall right now.
What happened to those things that stuntmen use? Isn't this like just a nice...
Yeah, you guys at least have like an overhang that I can fall into. It's a little taller.
Something.
I'm being held by you guys.
I don't think stuntmen in Hollywood even use trampolines. And they're always jumping out of shit.
Yeah. What do stuntmen use when they jump out of a burning building? Let's get that
Yeah.
here. A net? Any?
All right, here, jump out of that building and hold this axe. What? This seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna look so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna look fucking badass.
We're gonna get your picture on the way down.
Yeah, try to hold it behind your head and yell. You think on 9/11 there was like trampoline guys? They're like, I don't know if there's a point to this.
It would honestly been better just putting a real trampoline down and hoping some people land on it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, never mind. Put that away.
I think those only work for like 1 or 2 stories.
Yeah, it can't be like, it's gotta be like 5 stories tops.
A few,
Even
yeah.
that 5 stories, you're like, man, I need a bigger trampoline.
Yeah, my aim's not that good.
We ran out of trampolines, so we have this kiddie pool.
You're back at the circus. What the
Yeah,
hell?
what the hell, man? Yeah, that'd be funny. You get into the fire department, it's grueling training, fucking climbing through all these burning buildings, smoke inhalation. You're like, all right, you're trampoline crew. What?
Yeah, we saw the way you fight the fires, and
Yeah, it was weak.
not good enough.
Yeah. Used a lot of axes, not enough water. That's my favorite firefighting tool too. It's the axe.
Yeah. I don't think it's for fighting the fire specifically. I think it's for busting into places.
Like, I'm trying my best. You're just axing this fire. I think I'm making it worse.
You got the
what
axe
that's for.
backwards here. You're using the pick end. That was much better.
I'm kind of just chopping it up into more fires. This isn't working.
Yeah, hang on. I'm chopping this wood into firewood.
Does anyone have a gun? Maybe a gun would work.
You're better off like spitting on the fire than swinging an axe at it.
I know. You tried blowing on it? Does anyone know how fires work?
Yeah, people for a little while were probably just guessing,
Yeah, exactly.
Fire's invented and then things caught on fire. They're like, oh no, we gotta, I guess, run. We go live somewhere else now.
Yeah, for real. I feel like people must have known, like, when they were building wood houses, they were like, this is the same thing we use in the fireplace. Let's just be a little careful.
Yeah, it was, they're making shelter, and then if they had to decide between shelter and food, they could, like, or warmth or whatever, they could still make a fire.
Yeah.
Could make a fire.
There hasn't been a nice, like, a great fire in a long time. You know what I mean? Like the Great Fire of Chicago or the Great Fire in New York. Remember those big, giant fires that just wiped out a whole city 100 years ago?
I mean, we have. They're just luckily not in cities anymore.
Yeah, they're all in the forests and stuff now.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
Where you
I want to
expect
bring those fires back away from the rural areas,
Yeah, let's gentrify fires again.
Yeah, let's do a nice big city show. You know what I mean?
I'm sick of these hobo fires.
Yeah,
up
I know.
in the mountains.
It was like a single fire because a car blew up. What happened to a big great fire everyone remembers and writes about?
They've all become nomads and they're trying to find themselves off in the forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, it's much more fun in the cities.
You know, we like a ton of people. You'd have way less traffic, you know, because a ton of people would get wiped out by the fire. A lot of people would move back home. It could really help a lot of the congestion problems in the cities if we just have a nice, great fire.
I think it's also going to ruin all of the roads and everything, like, and knock down buildings and trees and things and have them in our way. I think it's going to cause way more congestion.
Well, it's going to cause a little congestion at first. The first few months after the Great Fire, kind of bad. 6 months after the Great Fire, you're going to be driving around like, this is better.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, it's pretty empty here. This is pretty nice, dude. I like this.
We make people pretty quick.
Yeah, but they don't grow up that fast.
That's true. They're not going to be of driving
In another
age.
20 years, they're going to come back and clutter up the cities. I'm going to be like, one more fire.
That is fair. So we need it to get rid of drivers specifically. People, adults.
Specifically people who drive on the 405 and the 101, like my freeway. I need to get rid of all those people.
Yeah, we need like
The 5, I hope everyone on the 5 wins. And
need like
lives,
a Getty
so
fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice.
Actually, I think that hill was on fire.
I think that did
2
happen.
years ago. It's still like growing back.
Yeah.
I wasn't here when that happened, but I remember looking at the hill and I'm like, oh, I think that was on fire recently.
I
It's
remember
all
driving through it
charred.
while it was on fire, and I was like, this is pretty scary. And then I got out of it, and I was like, I wish it was bigger.
Still didn't quite make it to the city. It was like
Yeah.
a handful of homes, not
Yeah.
enough.
I noticed we all got here. This could have been a better
So I still have to wait in a line where I'm going.
Yeah, what the fuck was the point? This huge fire.
Nature's not correcting anything.
Yeah, exactly. I always thought nature corrected itself.
Yeah.
Nature is half-assing this correction thing.
Everyone's always like, nature corrects itself, and then there's more and more animals going extinct. I'm like, I don't think it's correcting itself.
I know. I used to do butterflies all the time, and those are just gone.
Yeah, we replaced them with mosquitoes. Not good.
Yeah. With locust plagues. I'm like, okay, things are getting bad.
Yeah, we didn't used to have mosquitoes here. That's a new thing. That's a
Yeah, are we in a desert? Why is there a place that mosquitoes can spawn in a desert?
And they're like different mosquitoes. They're not even like the crazy big ones. They're just like tiny weird ones. That,
Yeah.
It's like, so this is a new species of mosquito that we
Yeah,
made.
exactly. We're fucking. So we have a new insect plague. We really.
Yeah.
I like fire more than insect plague.
Way more, yeah. Insect plague fucks everyone up.
Yeah, exactly.
Fires eventually are done.
Yeah, fires can only go 2-3 days tops in a
Yeah.
city. You know what I mean? Or no, I think like the big Chicago fire that might have been a week or something like that. You know?
Yeah. I
that's
don't
like-
know, but it was definitely went on a while, I think.
Yeah. And that's where it's like, man, we need more axes.
Where are all our axes when we need them?
That's when the fire department was like, hey, water is better than axes. Hey, I think we could stop this big Chicago fire if we stopped just using axes.
Everyone's trying to axe it and shoot bullets, which is causing more fire. We're
Yeah,
really
that's all
not
it's
fixing
doing.
this.
All we're doing is creating timber for this fire to keep going.
Earthquake's another like natural disaster thing that.
Yeah,
wipe
but
out
a
bunch of
big,
people.
but like a great earthquake, that's not as fun to me. But one good thing about a great earthquake, usually there's a fire right after.
Yeah, greater. If
Yeah.
it's truly great.
Yeah, it's a great earthquake. There's usually a big fire that's going to wipe out a ton of stuff, and that's okay.
Did you feel
Tsunamis, that's cool too.
we had a fire the other day, or an earthquake the other day here, just
Yeah,
like a
I was,
small one?
I was driving.
Were you driving?
Yeah.
What did it feel like when you were driving? I don't think I've ever been driving during
Nothing.
an earthquake.
Every time there's an earthquake, I'm driving, and I never
Yeah.
feel it.
I felt this one. Like I usually don't feel the tiny ones are usually at night. I'm sleeping or I'm drunk, so everything's already sort of wobbly, and like I don't
Yeah,
feel
the
anything.
apartment starts shaking. And like, did I kick a wall or
Yeah,
something?
I'm like, I just put my drink down. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. But this one, I was like playing video games with my nephew, and I was like, I think we're having an earthquake, and I just kept playing video games. Apartment's shaking.
Yeah, it's good
fun.
for spraying on Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's like, stop making excuses while you die. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, we're having an
I'm
earthquake.
killing it right now. All my shitty shaky hand is dead even right now. That's
He's
great.
like, you're trash. I'm like, stop being so fucking shitty to me. I am your superior still, I think.
Yeah, I'm your uncle.
I know on the internet we can't see how old any of us.
Uncles don't have a lot of authority.
Not really superior.
It's hard. Like uncles are they're like one rank above your nephew. You know what I mean? Like if the family was like a military, you'd be like, I don't know.
I was just about to say, do you know the ranks of the military? There's a
you'd be
captain,
like a lieutenant to a sergeant. I don't know, man.
There's the guys in the shit or something.
There's the private first class, and then there's what are the Call of Duty ranks? Specialist. There we go.
Uncle's a specialist.
Yeah, Uncle's a specialist.
What does he specialize in? Mainly drinking.
Yeah, mainly being creepy to his nephew. Like I was hanging out with my uncle in Catalina, and he's a great dude, but he couldn't be like, "Hey, don't do that." I'd be like, "Fuck you."
But would you let your dad do that now?
Well, my dad was like, "Hey, don't do that." I'd be like, "Well, he is my dad. I'd think about it."
You'd at least consider it.
I'd still be like, hey, also, I'm almost like 30 now.
Yeah, you're old enough to be like, no.
Yeah. But especially your uncle.
Yeah.
You know, your uncle's like, "Hey, don't do that." I'm like, "You don't do that. Get out of here, man."
My life's going better than yours. You're still an uncle.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. An uncle is something that's out of your control in terms of family stuff, you know? That's like being an uncle happens. Like being a father, that's you're like, "Oh, I'm raising a family." You're like, "I'm an uncle." And you're like, "All right, I didn't ask for this responsibility. So this can go either way."
Yeah. Like if you're the brother or whatever, you can't be like, "Hey, I think you guys should abort." I'm not ready to be an uncle. I don't want this.
Hey, listen, I talked it over with my wife, and we're not ready to be aunts and uncles.
They're like, we were trying to have this kid. It wasn't an accident.
Hey, listen, I need you to give the kid up because I don't want to be an uncle. You just not be in my son's life. Well, I don't want to be a bad brother.
Imagine going and finding a kid that was given up for adoption and stuff. Like, father hasn't even gone to see the kid, and you're like, "Hi, I'm your real uncle."
Yeah, the only family member I met was my uncle, and he just diddled me. It was awful.
I think you know what I've come for.
Yeah. "Hi, I'm your uncle. Do you want to wrestle?" I kind of want family, so yeah, I guess I'll wrestle.
Yeah, if you're gonna be like a high school wrestling coach, you better have your own kids or no kids. Like no kids in your family. You better not be an uncle.
Yeah, even your own kids. It can't be your own kids the same age as the kids you teach to wrestle. You know what I mean? That'd just be weird. You're like, "Yeah, your uncle fucking taught me this great move where he grabbed my balls and flipped me around." I don't want to hear that. Didn't stop.
He touched you? No, it's an actual move.
No, it's a real move. It's a move. I'm going to use it. And
it's fighting dirty, I think, but it's a real move. You get your forearm in.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to touch
bang
balls.
them in the taint a little bit.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch balls in wrestling unless it's like on accident.
Unless it's in the locker room. That's what coach said.
Hey, you touch balls after the match. Yeah, it's not like one of those like this is the old the jinjitsu ball twist thing. I mean, there's no fucking cool jujitsu term for it.
Yeah, right.
The Kobayashi ball twist. Maybe.
The guy who ate a bunch of hot dogs? Is that, it's named after that dude?
Actually, it was his uncle.
Or you think he learned how to eat hot dogs?
He learned how to eat hot dogs. They just go right down his throat. It's crazy. Him and Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi were like, "Yeah, we both had that happen to us." I see you, man. Two different worlds, same experience.
That's something we could get a sport. I don't know if it's a sport, but something we could get animals into is eating competitions.
Yeah, right?
Let them do
a horse eating competition?
Yeah.
That sounds like an event in Tonga. I mean like the horses eating, not eating the horses.
How many bays of hail can they go through?
Yeah. Or how many hot dogs?
Yeah.
Let's make it fun. After the human hot dog eating contest, the horse hot dog eating contest.
They're just sitting there.
It's just a bunch of gamblers with fucking down on their luck.
I lost my money on the races, but I think I know which ones can eat the most.
Yeah. Instead of murdering all the losing horses, you can just have them in the hot dog eating contest. It's a much more humane way of shifting these animals doing their thing.
Just let them do a thing that they like doing, eating.
Yeah. You can breed hot dog eating champion horses. You can do the same stuff you do with horses. Make them eat hot dogs. They'll die of stomach cancer instead of getting shot in the face. It's like, yeah, eating hot dogs every day, bad for all animals, it looks like.
Yeah, high in cholesterol.
A lot of preservatives in those.
Fucking, there's less different animals in glue than there are hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's some glue in the hot dog.
Glue's a more pure source of protein, probably.
Yeah, I wish like a baseball team did that. Like you lose the MLB game, y'all gotta go on this pasture. You come in last, and we gotta execute you.
That's what deep out
stakes are crazy. Yeah,
deep
stakes
outfield's just the whole.
Yeah, that pitcher's box, in the end.
Yeah,
it's like that's a slaughterhouse, dude. You don't want to have to end up in there. That's rough.
Like I'm still in.
Can you just send us back to AAA? No, AAA's coming up. You know the rules.
Like a pro athlete though, in the end of their career is still like peak physical health in comparison to normal public.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure the same thing with horses, actually.
No, yeah, guaranteed.
Sure, they're still in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you can get them to do something, probably. It's just like when they break their legs, then it's like, well, you only had really one use.
It's true.
And that was having legs. Now you don't have legs. I got nothing for you, horse.
We don't have jobs for handicapped horses.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this horse in a wheelchair. Could have saved a lot of money. Just killing that horse.
You know how many trees you had to chop down to make that, that wheelchair? I don't know why they're in wooden wheelchairs, but
yeah,
I don't know. It seems
just
right
so they have to call the fire department.
Yeah.
Give them those axes. Is that enough callbacks to end?
There's so many callbacks. I don't even know where we are anymore.
That was a ton. That was a lot. Hey, this has been Two Dumb Babies with
it.
Willie Simon and Eric Friedman. We forgot to say the name in the beginning.
Yeah, you probably have no idea what it is.
Yeah,
unless you're watching it.
They're like, is this your mom's house? These guys got a lot less funny.
I do sound exactly like Christina.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, we got Patreon. If you like the episode, come check out Patreon. It's only $1 for an extra episode every week. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And it's usually on Thursdays, just like this is usually on Tuesdays. So.
Yeah, we're only like a day late, and Willie was in Catalina. If you were listening, just for a little bit, but we're here now. It's Wednesday.
Yeah. You got any shows coming up?
The October 1st one still at Jetpack Bar Lubitsch in Los Angeles. It'll be a fun show.
Jetpack is always so fun, man. You're going to have a blast there.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to that spot since everything opened back up. I'm excited. I've been there and watched a couple shows, and they were awesome.
Cool.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I've always loved Bar Lubitsch. That's such a fun little venue.
Yeah, I like the bars that have their own little actual venue in them. It's not just like, hey, we're going to just interrupt the bar. It's hey, there's like a back room with a stage.
Nobody wants to be accosted by stand-up. It's the fucking worst. It's one thing if there's music playing and you're like, oh, there's a guy playing guitar. Cool.
Yeah.
If there's a guy on stage being like, hey, what are you talking about? Why are you talking during my set? And you're like, fuck this bar, dude. I hate this place.
Comics also don't want to accost an audience. Like, we'd prefer that it's people who want to be there listening.
Exactly, yeah. It's always better.
That's the thing. It's like, hey, we don't want to do this either, but the booker, this is the show they're putting on.
Yeah,
apparently.
exactly. The bar, I think the bar thought it was karaoke or something like that. I don't think they would have agreed to this if they had known. But here we are.
Music, you got a much easier time winning people over with it. You can play. People like it. They're like, oh, that was cool. And they can still also have a conversation. If they're really into it, they can listen. It doesn't matter for your performance.
Exactly. You're still focused when you're playing music. You're like, man, I hope I sound good to me. I don't even give a shit about you guys.
Yeah, I hope I played this right.
Yeah. Go check out Barlewich, this guy,
and then,
Jetpack.
Big Naturals next week?
Yeah, Big Naturals next week, 9:30 at Third Wheel Podcast Studio. Tomorrow night, 9:23 at the Improv. I'll be on the 8 o'clock show.
Just realized that's the date. I was like, that's a very specific time.
Yeah, next tomorrow, which is Thursday, 9:23. I'm on the 8 o'clock. And then Friday at the Improv again in the lab. I'm on Last Week Tonight with Michael Turner and Amor Newton. So
yeah,
that's going to be fun.
That's going to be a great show. I'll be there on that one.
Hell yeah. That's going to be good.
Awesome. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks again for listening to the Two Dumb Babies podcast. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe on Patreon at patreon.com/twodumbbabies, where you can get every episode for just $1 a month. Pretty good.